Okay, hi guys. Thank you so much for joining me today in this 4 week series of learning sign language. It's going to be exciting and fun. Fun. That's a sign you're going to learn today as well. Fun. It's going to be fun, and I hope you guys going to enjoy it. Now, my name is Annette Lund. I'm a sign language interpreter. I've been interpreting for a long time. So I have lots of students and persons who would remember me. And sometimes I get stopped on the road and say, "Oh, you remember me, Miss Lund?" And I've taught a lot of persons. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I think everybody should learn sign language.
You say one second. Yeah,
It says live.
yeah, but she said just wait.
It's not on.
I need to go through the.
Hmm?
I said I need to go through the. One second. She making this.
Here.
She just giving people time to come online.
Oh,
Yeah,
but it's live.
to join. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I got you to sit there and smile.
Okay. So don't start talking yet then.
Not yet. She'll give you the. She'll give me
Okay.
the go ahead.
So then I'll start again.
Okay, she can start. You can
Start.
start now. Yeah.
Okay, hi guys. Thank you so much for joining me in this series, 4 week series of learning sign language. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. My name is Annette Lund. I've been interpreting and signing and teaching sign language for a long time. And I always enjoy teaching sign because I think everybody should learn the language. Because anywhere you go, you never know when you're going to meet persons that are deaf. And it's so enjoyable to meet somebody and to know that you know their language. It's like being in a foreign country and like only you can speak the language. And, imagine how isolating that is for deaf persons in our community who are out there and there's nobody to communicate with them. So learning sign language is it's just so much fun and you will get so much enjoyment from it. And it's something that you probably have to practice and practice and practice consistently, but you can do it in small phases. And but you're gonna find that it's gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna say a huge shout out to Alive for this experience, for this opportunity, in allowing me to share live and to be broadcasting to you guys in this format. And so huge format, huge thank you to Alive for this wonderful opportunity. Now, I'd like to first talk about sign language. Learning sign language, I always tell people when you go into a foreign country, when you go into anywhere and you meet persons that are deaf, and imagine how they feel knowing that nobody else can communicate with them. That isolating experience, that isolating feeling. And so learning sign language, you will find is going to bring enjoyment to not only you, but also to the person whose language that it is that you're learning. Learning the culture of deafness, their culture, learning learning the things that they do and their experiences is going to give you a feeling of happiness knowing that you are able to share that. So I've written down a few things that I would like for you guys to think about. Learning sign language provide an opportunity for you to engage with deaf and hard of hearing persons. It provides them with it fosters a more tighter relationship with the hearing world and the deaf world. Learning sign language is fun. It allows you to be expressive, to use your emotions because your body sends a language, it speaks a language. You send messages even without signing. I mean, I know that when I'm interpreting something, if something is sad, I can't have a smile on my face. It'd have to be a solemn. I'd have to have more solemn look on my face. But your body language speaks a language. Okay. learning sign language, you will find that it would make you so much more of a compassionate person. You're more sensitive to others. You know that there are persons in your community that has a disability, so you're more aware of disability persons with disabilities, and it makes you a more compassionate, sensitive person. Um, I will go on now to the parameters of sign language. There's 5 parameters of sign language. Okay, that's very, very important. It's the location. That means that there's a place that you would sign. That would be your location. You don't want it to be too high or you don't want to be too low. You want it to be somewhere in the area where it won't be distracting. You want it to be right within your framework, in your framework of your body, right? So you want to use this as your signing space. Okay, so the location of the sign. The hand shape. Now the hand shape, we can use our hand shape to form all kinds of letters, like with the alphabet. I'm going to show you the alphabet. But your hand shape, like this is the 5, this is the A, this is the B. That's your hand shape. That's called the hand shape. Okay. Also, the movement of the sign. And as I get into the actual signs, you're going to see all of these parameters being used. The 5 parameters of signing is going to be used. Okay. Also, the palm orientation. Like I was saying, this is a sign for yours. This is a sign for mine. So even though I have the 5 hand shape, because this is the sign, this is a 5 in sign language. But if I'm signing something, I say yours. So my palm orientation is extended outward. And if I put it here, that's the sign for my. So my palm orientation is then to myself. So your palm orientation is giving me a different sign altogether. Okay. And also the non-manual signals. So non-manual signals is going to be your expression. Okay. For example, when I say who, I'm going to have a furrowed eyebrow. So I say what. So you're going to see on my body that I'm using my non-manual signals. Okay. So we have the location, which is going to be like, for example, I know you guys don't know this yet, but this is a sign for mom. Okay. This is a sign for dad. Okay. So my location for my 5 hand, because I'm going back to my 5 hand shape, mom, dad. So my location is different, right? So anything below the nose area is for females. Anything above is for males. So when I say my mom, my dad, see, my location is different, even though I have my 5 hand shape, right? So this is mom, this is dad. Okay. So like I said, also with the handshake, I'm using this as well. So when I say A, B, C, D, so my handshapes are all different, right? So that's also the 5 parameters. That's also part of the parameters, right? And then when I say the movement, so the movement being, like I say, this is mom, right? We go back to this, mom. But when I extend it, grandma, grandma, okay? This is mom. So the movement of that 5 hand shape to my chin area, which is mom. If I extend it, my movement is grandma, right? Dad, granddad. Okay. So this is mom, grandma, dad, granddad, or papa, whatever you call your grandfather or your grandmother. Okay. So my movement is different, right? I stayed here for mom, I stayed here for dad, but as I move it, that's grandfather, grandmother. Okay. And then my palm orientation. Like I say, this is yours, this is mine. So my palm orientation. So sometimes when I say palms in, palms out, then you know what I'm talking about. But when I say palms in, palms out. So when I say palms out, I mean my palms extended to you. When I say my palms in, my palms are to myself. Okay. So my palms out, yours, mine, mine. My palms into myself, right? So my non-manual signals when I say who, what, where, when, why. So I have that furrowed eyebrows. I'm actually showing you that I'm asking you a question, right? Or I say I'm happy. You see, I'm moving my head. I look happy. If I'm excited, I have that non-manual signal on my face to show that I'm happy. Okay, so those are the five parameters. They're very, very important to remember. Okay, so now we're going to go into our alphabet. Now, our alphabet is very important. Like I was telling you a minute ago, this is mom and this is dad, right? But if all else failed and you forgot the sign for mom and dad, M-O-M, mom. You can always finger spell it. This is called finger spelling. Finger spelling. Okay, finger spelling. I wish normally when I have my classes, when in face to face, I do quizzes. So you have to know your alphabet. Alphabets, numbers, they're must. You can't tell me with the, I normally have 10-week programs, but I'd say after the third week classes, you got to know your alphabet. Basic. You can't come to the fourth class and say, Miss Lund, I don't know what A is. No, you're supposed to know. Because when you walk in the street, you're going to see signs everywhere. STOP, EXIT. You're going to see all kinds of things on the street. So you could always practice, 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 practice. So there's no excuses why you can't um, learn the numbers, learn the alphabet. As you're driving in your car, you can see the car in front of you has a license plate. It has a number, right? AL2965. You just practice it as you stop. I mean, I'm not saying do it while you're driving, but when you're at a stop, you practice, 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 because it's right there. It's right in the front of you. You could be walking. You don't have to be driving. You could be on a bus. You could be walking. You could be at home. You can always finger spell your name, your daddy's name, your mommy's name, your wife's name, your husband's name. You could be practicing every day, but that's if you want it, right? So let's go into alphabet. Now I know I have a whole lot of persons out there for first time, so I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna be slow. And like I was saying prior, was that normally during my every class I have quizzes, so forced to you're forced to practice because the next week will be a quiz. Okay, but now I don't know how I'm going to quiz you guys, but anyway, I'll figure it out. Okay, so let's go. We're going to start with the A. Okay, so we're going to keep this area right here as our signing space, this right area. We're not going to go too high or too low. We're going to keep right here in that signing space because we don't want to make it distracting for our deaf friends, right? We don't want to be signing all the way up here, all the way down here where they can't see it. So we're going to keep it right here in our signing space. So we're going to say, this is the sign for A. So now see where my thumb is. My thumb is on the side. Keep it right there. That's A. Yeah, I do it like this too. So I'm sure you guys see it this way. But anyway, this is A. Same way you'd see it on the photo. B, our fingers are closed. If you open it, that's a 4. Okay, so we're going to keep it closed. A B, keep it tight. C, it almost looks like a C, right? Like a C. And also, when you're signing, you're going to use whichever hand is your dominant hand. You're not going to use, if you're not used to using your left hand, don't use it, right? If you're used to using your right hand, you could use that as your right hand, okay? So you could finger spell all the alphabet on your whichever hand is your dominant hand. So you're not switching back and forth. So you're going to keep your dominant hand, okay? So there's A, B, C, D. It looks like a D. So you could practice it with me, right? Practice it as we go. D, E. So you show the nails, all the nails. E. The same way you're going to see it there in Post-it. E. F. Now I'm going to come back to this F because this F, I'm going to show you something else about this F. So remember this F, right? F. G. Also with the G, I'm going to show you. This is going to come back again. Now you can do your G like this or G. G or G. H. You see my palm, as I was going to, I should tell you too, my palms are in, right? My palms to me. H is just your pointer and your middle finger. H. I is just your pinky. Just your pinky. And also with your pinky, J. Just dip it. J. Just make a little dip. J. J. K. Now you could keep if you want okay, I'll do it in slow motion. This is how we're gonna make our K, right? We're gonna have our fingers open, our closed, and then we're gonna open it, and then we're gonna put our thumb right in the center, right? K. That's K. Remember this K. I'm gonna use this again differently in a different location. Okay, so this is our K. L, L, M. Now remember what I am? See where my thumb is? Between my ring finger and my pinky. M, M, N. I just moved it over now to my middle finger and my ring finger. Okay, that's the N. N. Some people might do the N like this too, N, but it doesn't matter. N, O, looks like an O. P. Now remember that K? Remember how we made that, how we formed that K? We just twist our wrist over. That's our P. 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 Q. Remember our G? We just turn our wrist over. Our location now is now Q. This is now our Q. R. We're just twisting our middle finger and our pointer finger. R. Now, S, just a fist. Now, see where my thumb is? My thumb is in the center, is not at the side. That's an A. S. This is an S. This is an S, it's like a fist, right? T. Now, my thumb is now between my pointer and my middle. And that's a T. U, we're just going to keep our two fingers up. Our pointer finger and our middle fingers, now it's going up. We're going to height it up. And now see where my palms are out, right? Remember the H, our palms is in. My palms are out for U. V, we're just going to open it up. As the same two fingers now for V. W. A lot of times people think, I'm just going to, just aside now. People think this is a 3, but this is not a 3 in sign language, okay? That's just a little tip. W. You'll see as when we get to our numbers. X. It's just like a little crook, like X. Only with our pointer, X. Just like this, X. Y is just our thumb and our pinky. Y. And Z. Z, we just make a Z in the air. A Z. So we're going to do it again. It's time for again. Okay? Did you guys enjoy that? So we're going to do it again. Okay? And don't worry, sometimes people say, oh, my fingers aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But your fingers will do it as you practice. They will cooperate. They will. Trust me, they will. Okay? So your fingers will cooperate with you. Don't worry about it. Sometimes forming the letters as you go. Once you practice it, you'll get it. Okay? Now we're going to do it again. A. Remember now my thumb? A. B. I'm trying to see what B. Our fingers are all closed. C. Looks like a C. D. E. Just going to show our nail for E. F. Remember, see how I have my fingers for F? Look at the way I have my fingers here for F. We're going to come back to it. I'll show you guys later. As we go, you're going to see what I'm talking about. F, G, or G. H, palms in. I, just a pinky. J, just going to make a J in the air. I'm just going to dip it. J. K. L. looks like an L. M, remember our thumb is between our pinky and our ring finger. M. N, we're just going to move it over to N. O, remember K. P. Q, remember G, just turn our wrist over. Q. R, we're just twisting our pointer and our middle finger. S is like a fist. S, see where my thumb is? S. T, just between our middle and our pointer. U, make sure it's closed for U. V, it's open for V. W, W. X, X. Y, just our thumb and our pinky. And Z. That's it. There's no more letters in the alphabet. That's it. Your name is in there. My name is in there. Some people just say, I just finger spell my first name. But no, you have a last name too. And the last name, all the letters are right there. Okay? And so it doesn't matter how long your name is, it's right there. Okay? So now let's practice like with myself. Whenever you finger spelling a person's name, normally you would finger spell proper names, places too. Some places have like New York. Some people, if they don't know, they just finger spell New York. So like proper names, you could finger spell anything if you don't know the sign for it. But like I say, if you know the sign for it, you can just sign it. But finger spell is always an option. So and then there are things that you have to finger spell. Okay. And finger spelling, for some persons, it could be a challenge sometimes, because if you meet a deaf person and their finger spelling is going to be fast. So all you have to do when you first meet them is just go slow. Just go slow. And they're going to go slow, and then they're going to go. Like if let's say if I'm just learning the language, I say, okay, if I'm just learning the language, and they're gonna ask me, what's your name? So I say my name, and I say is A N, and also I'm going to show you when you have a double letter. Okay, you can do N N. I can slide it, A N N, or A N N E T T, or T T. Slide it E. That's A N N E T T E. Annette. Okay, my last name. Always pause between your first and last. L U N N, or Lunn. So I'm sliding it. I'm not going to say Lunn. No, just a gentle slide. Lunn, or NN. Annette. Okay, that's if you have a double letter in your name, or if anything that you finger spelling that has a double letter. Okay, so while you guys are there, just practice your finger spelling your name and your children's name, if you have children, or your parents' name, or your friends' names. Just practice. You're gonna find words and numbers, they're everywhere. So there's no excuses why you can't practice. You don't even have to have that paper. I mean, for some of you guys who may need to have the alphabet in the front of you to remember it, you could just, I think it's going to be here. It's going to be online, so you could always look at it again and just practice it. Okay. So we'll be back to it. Okay. So for now, I'm going to do the numbers. And the numbers are fun too. They're a lot of fun. Yeah. So we're going to get into some of those things I was talking about with the numbers. And you could count up to 1 trillion on one hand, but you're going to use the other hand just as a buffer, as a extension. But you can do everything on one hand. Okay, so let's go with our numbers. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 in sign language. 3, 3, This is not three in sign language. Three, four, five, six. So just gonna tip our pinky. 7, 8, 9. Now remember when I showed you the F? F. See where my thumb and my pointer is? 9. F, 9. See, remember, 6, 7, 8, 9. F. Okay? Uh, I'll show you something else. I'm going to go back to it. And this is 10. This is 10. So I'll do it again. Because some of those you may recognize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember when we do W? This is W. This is 6. W, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your pointer finger and your thumb fingers is going to look just a little different. This will be your F. This will be your 9. This will be your 6. This will be your W. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was easy. Yay! That was easy. But you got to know those basic, because once you start counting to 3-digit numbers, you got to know those basic numbers. You got to know this is 7, this is 8, this is 9. Well, it won't be 10, but this is always 10. But when you go like 789, 789, we're going to get into hundreds as we go, but let's do it again. So you got to know that this is always 6, this is always 7, 8, 9. Okay? Well, you always know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's always the easy one. But when you go into 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We shake it. 10, 10. How old are you? I'm 10. 10. Now, let's go on from 10 to 11. Okay? Now for 11, just going to flick out from our thumb, our pointer. 11. Just flick it out. 12. Now, with this paper, it showed, I'm going to show you an easy way from 13. I'm going to show you an easier way. This paper shows another way of doing from 14 go on, right? This is 13. The paper has 10-3, or you could 10-4. But I will show you a different way of, which is the easier way. Let me show you the easier way, right? No, this paper doesn't have it, but some you'll find it more older deaf people, they will do 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're going 10, 6, 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9. But I'm going to show you a different way. 11, 12, 13. So you'll notice 3, right? 13. My palms are in. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? Now with 20, and I'll show you when I go to 21, my thumb is going to be a different location. 21. Okay? But let's go now from 11 to 20. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, just going to shake it, 16, because you know there's 6, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20. So if you may meet some deaf persons that you may see to say 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, which is a 10, 3, 10, 4. But then this is another way. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we do it again from 1 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? Yay! So let's go on to the other numbers, which we're going to go into trillions, okay? Yeah. 21. So now we know this is 20 because my thumb is, the location of my thumb is down, right? 21. My thumb is up. 21. 21. All double numbers are done the same way. 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. Okay? So 21, 22, 23, 24. So now, some persons get mixed up with the 23, 24, 26. I'm going to skip 25 for a minute. 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay? But it's 23, 23, 24. This is always 25. For some odd reason, this is always 25. This is how 25 is in sign language. 25. It's a little odd, but it's 25. Okay? 26, 27, 28, 29. All the numbers like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 100. Or you may see it too, 100, 100, but 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Okay, so I'm going to come back to that, okay? So let's do that again from 20, 21, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'm going to show you another way too. Some people still do 2, 3. So you might see some person doing like that. How old are you? I'm 23. They do the 2, 3 or 2, 4. This is 25 or 2, 6 or 2, 7 or 2, 8 or 2, 9. Okay? But this is ASL. Okay? So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay? So now we're going to go on. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And then you do 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And then we go on. So as we go on, but you have to know, like let's say we go on to 70, 72, 73. So we start with the 7, then we go into the 2. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. This is 90. Remember, this is 9, 90, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 99, 100. See? Good count now in numbers, right? So, but those are practice things that you can always practice, 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 practice. But you have to know this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, now we're going to count some bigger numbers. And you could count, same thing like when you're counting years. No, that's the counting years. You saying 2000, like 22, like 2022, 2022, not 2000, 2022, 2022, 2022, 2023, which will be next year, right? We say 2011, that's 2011, right? 2013, 2014, or 1957, 1958, 1955. Okay, this is 1953. Okay, so that's a four digits. So let's say we counting in thousands now. 1,000. We're going to start right to the base here of our palm. On this side, not our finger side, this here. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 1,000,000. Okay? When we go into millions, we jump 2 times. Million. 1,000 is 1 time. Million is 2 times. Billion is 3 times. 9 billion. Okay, then zillion will be the next one. Okay, so we start with 1,000, million, billion, zillion. So right out there we reach to the tip. Okay, 1,000, million. Okay, so but then you have to know the basic of the numbers. Yeah. Okay, so let's do like 754, 754, 899, 530, 642. And when we talk in dollars, $1. This is dollar inside, dollar. $1, $2, 400, $456, and 25 cents. This is cents. Cents. This is cents. 30 cents, 55 cents, 60 cents. Okay, now if you want to do 4 digit, $1,533. That's $1,533. Okay, so just once we practice it, we'll get it. So and don't be afraid of the big numbers. You know, this is thousand, this is million, this is billion, and this is zillion. Okay, so as you practice the numbers, practice, you'll get it. So don't be afraid of big numbers. The numbers are just numbers. You know, we just use them as they come. And what you have to know the basic of the numbers. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to practice. Normally what I do too during the first class is I would have my students finger spell their names. I have them stand up and finger spell their name. But since we're doing all this all virtually, or I would also, and for the next class, I would have given you a quiz, which would cover all the alphabet and some numbers. So there would be no letters missed out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe you guys can just put it in the chat. Yeah, you could do some fun things. I'll finger spell something and you could type it in the chat. And I'll go slow. How about that? And you can put up the alphabet again, please. My kind assistant, she's gonna put the alphabet up. And so I'm gonna right now. I'm gonna finger spell some really um, real. I'm just gonna finger spell some words, and you're gonna type it in the chat. So we're gonna see who all paying attention. I mean, I know you guys are there paying attention because you're here and you're excited about learning the language. So I know you guys are paying attention. So I'm gonna do it very slowly. And what I had stopped doing was I stopped doing three-letter words like CAT. Too easy, no. So I don't do three-letter words no more like that. So normally it'd be like 4 or 5 letters. I don't start with the DOG. And, yeah, they're too easy. Sometimes you challenge yourself, you realize that you get it. And sometimes, you second guess yourself, but you got it the first time. So let's just do some. You could type, if you guys just type it in the chat. I'll just check it out later and see who all got A's. Yay! So I'm just gonna do five. How about that? Just five. Just as a little practice. Just as a practice. Okay. So you can type it in the chat. I'll do it again. Yay! Somebody got it. That was Miss Sweeting. Miss Sweeting got it. Great. So I got some persons who getting it. Yay! So let's do another one. Yeah. So for those who didn't get it, it's team. TEAM. Yay. So let's do another one. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do a number and a word. A number and a word. Okay, so pay attention. Okay. This is the number. This is the word. Or this. Anybody got it? I'll do it again. That's the number. Yay. Okay. I mean, this is just too easy. Too easy for you guys. Three girls. Yes, three girls. I'll just do two more. Okay. This one is just a 5-letter word. Ready? I'll do it again. No one got it yet. Yay, somebody got it. Miss Joy. Miss Joy got it. Good job. That's HAPPY. Yay, good job. One last one. Okay, we're going to do a last one. Let's see. Let me just do I'll do a 6-letter word this time. Yeah, I'm going to do a 6-letter word. I'll do it again. Yay! Great job! Yay! Good job. So you guys are getting it. Yay! So you just gotta practice it, practice it, practice it, and I'm sure that because this is just a start, and I know next week you guys are gonna go out there looking for deaf people. Yeah. So what you gonna do, right? So I know throughout the series I'm gonna be teaching you different stuff. So for this first week, we want to get the basic of the numbers and the alphabet. And then next week, we're going to show some days and colors and months, those kinds of things. And then I'm going to go into the third week. I'll do commonly used vocabulary words like how are you, what's what's your name, all those things. And then we're going to go into the politeness and simple phrases. So I know it's going to be a lot to cover during the 4 weeks, but I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit. This week, I know you guys are going to go out there and look for deaf persons. And then when you go and meet them, I didn't get to mention to you guys, but my son is deaf. And that's how I got into signing. I always tell people I didn't even know what Center for the Deaf was. But my son being deaf, I immersed myself in deaf culture. And so I had to learn his language. I'm the mom. I have to learn his language. So, and it was such a life changing for me. And I say that is the blessing I got from God, a son with a disability, and he's nothing but a blessing, and it has actually changed my career, and things that I may have had planned for myself, but that's God's doing, and so I'm so grateful and happy for that. And it made me a better person. I think it's made me a better person. More sensitive to persons with disabilities. I advocate for persons with disabilities, and that's what we all should be doing. We should never be out there not advocating for persons that may be in need of something, and services could be whatever it is that we feel could better their lives. And just to jump ahead a little bit, I'm just going to go through a little bit of things in the deaf culture. There are things that you should not do when you meet a deaf person. Um, some persons, um, you should never mock or use the language to get away with things. Never do that. Never use the language so you could advance yourself. I had one time an experience with a student before who thought using sign language was going to help her in some way when she encountered the police. And she was telling the story, and they thought it was funny. It was not funny. Never, never use another person's language for your benefit so you feel you can get away with it. No, that's wrong. So we don't do that. Um, Whenever you encounter that person, you don't start just shouting at them because, first of all, they're deaf. I mean, some persons have their hearing aids on; they may be able to hear the sound, but you don't start shouting it over, being over boisterous because you figure the louder you speak, the more that they can hear you. But you could, to get their attention, you just lightly touch them, just touch them, or if you, let's say, in a room, or if they may be in a darkened room or something, or in a hallway, you could just flicker the lights because they can see the lights flickering, and that will get their attention. And also vibration. They could feel the beat of music, and they could feel the vibration. So you may just want to tap the floor, and that will get the attention of the deaf person that may be some feet away from you, and if their back is to you. So just a light touch. So the sense of touch, the light, the sense, the visual sign, this signal, and you could also vibration. That would get the attention of that persons. You don't just start hollering out their names. Figuring the louder you speak, they'll be able to hear you. And so we don't do those kinds of things. And a lot of deaf persons, they read your lip. They read the movement of your lip. So they can also uh, um, figure what you're trying to say. I mean, if all else fails, you could always go to writing. And you'd find a lot of deaf persons out there, they're carrying their cell phones with them. So even if you text it and then you show them, or it could be back and forth kind of communication. So Yeah. So you get a back and forth communication. Oh, back and forth communication like that by writing. Okay. But now that you guys are learning sign language, you're gonna be able to go out there and feel confident to speak and to communicate with deaf persons. Okay. So when you encounter that person, you can say, what? So what or what? What? You know your furrowed eyebrows is gonna show you that you're asking a question. What? Or what's your? Remember, I go back to your, my palms out, open palm, your name. This is sign for name. Name. Okay. What's your name? Name. Okay. Remember to use. Let me see how the camera is. To use. We're just gonna cross it on our over each other. Name. That's sign for name. They say my name is. This sign for is. As you get used to it, you're just gonna say my name. You're just gonna finger spell your name. Okay? They say, what's your name? You say, my name is. And then you finger spell it. Then you say, hello. Hi. Hello. What's up? What's up? What's up? Slang. What's up? Oh, hello. What's your name? My name is. And then you finger spell your name. Okay? So when you go out and you meet that person, say, oh, you can say, how are you? How? How? We're just going to fold over our, okay? We're going to have open palm. And we're just going to twist it over. How? 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 Are, from the chin area, are you? Just going to use our pointer finger for you. Now this is, and going back to our parameters, right? Our pointer finger pointing out is you. My pointer finger pointing at myself is me. Okay? So my location is different. My location to you is for you. My location with my pointer to myself, that's me. You, me, mine, yours. Okay? So those parameters, you're going to see them in all the signs. Somewhere or the other, all of the parameters will be used, not all together, but you're going to see some form of those parameters used. Okay? So you, me. So how are you? So you could do some simple things. I'm fine. Now you see where the fine is? Remember, mom? The location was different. It was in a different area, right? Fine. And the movement is I'm tapping it. I'm fine. I'm tapping it for fine. Mom, grandma. I'm still using the open five, right? Mom, grandma. Fine. My location is different. Same way, father, grandfather, or grampy, granddad. I'm extending it. My movement is different. Fine. My location is different. And my movement is different. I'm tapping it. I'm not extending it from here because this is not my father or my mother. This is my father. This is my grandfather. This is my grandmother. I'm just tapping it for fine. I'm fine. And then you gotta look fine if you say fine, right? I'm fine. Now if I was sad, and if I say I'm sad, then I gotta have a sad face, right? Sad. If I'm happy, hey, I'm gonna look happy. If I'm signing something that's sad, I'm gonna have a big smile on my face, right? I'm gonna have a sad face. But if I'm happy, if I'm signing something that's happy, that person feed off you. Okay? They're gonna feed off your body language. It's important to keep eye contact as well. If I'm signing something to that person, they right in front of me, and I shift eye contact because they can't hear, they won't be able to hear the person coming in. Their back is to them, right? So if you're signing a person and you shift and you look, they're gonna automatically look to that place that you look because they can't hear you. They can't hear the person walking, and somebody may walk into the room. There was an emergency, and then you have to exit. But whatever you do, they will do the same because they can't hear, right? They can't hear it. So if you're having a conversation with a deaf person, you keep eye contact. But if something happens, you're gonna automatically, because you hear it, but they can't hear it. So you hear it, you look, and they're gonna look same direction that you looked. Okay. Some people ask the question whether deaf persons drive. Yes, they do. My son has a license. He drives. He's a very good driver too. He drives, and there are many deaf persons out there that has license and they drive. People say, "Well, they can't hear the emergency." No, but they can see. They can see if somebody pull over to the side for emergency vehicles. They can see if there's if something's happening in the front of them, and they would do the same. We can't assume that because they can't hear that they can't do things, but they can. Okay, they can do the same thing that we can do. We can drive. They can drive, and they're on the road. They are on the road. So if there's an emergency situation, if there's an ambulance coming, a lot of times the lights will be on too, flashing, and they would see that they're very aware of their surroundings because they know they can't hear, so they're very aware. You're not gonna see them texting and driving either. Like us hearing people do that we shouldn't do, but no, they're very aware of the surroundings and they're looking around because they can't hear if there's an emergency, siren or police on a chase or an ambulance trying to get through traffic. But they're very aware of the surroundings so. But they do drive and they have licenses and yeah, they have friends and they are neighbors, and so we want them to feel as equal and as included and accessible to all. That's it. That's only fair, right? That's only fair. So I think that's about my time because it's like 7:30. But are there any questions? We're gonna have a little question and answer before we go. If any persons have any questions, and before I go to one sign that I always like to share with my students the first night, and I know you guys are gonna love it because I love it and I love sharing it too. But this is the I love you sign. It's so easy. You could be all across the way, all the way on the next side of the street, and normally, like when my son is going back to school and he's traveling, and I'm there at the airport, and I just say, "Yeah, this," so he sees this. It's a simple "I love you." This is the "I love you" sign. You can share it with the world, and it's so easy to do. Hey, so easy. Just your pinky, your pointer, and your thumb. That's the "I love you." That's the "I love you" sign. Is a universal sign, and you can share it with the world. Some people say, "Well, I don't know you, so why am I going to show you I love you?" But you can still love a person. You love them as a person. I'm not saying I'm in love with you, but I love you. I love you as a person. I love you because you're nice and you're kind. And so we share the "I love you," and it doesn't mean anything other than I love you as you are, being a person, a human, and a person that's worthy of love. Right? So this is the "I love you." You can share it. Okay. So anyone has any questions, they could type it in, and we have like about a minute or so. Anybody has anything they want to say? I might have to put my glasses up close sometimes to see, but anyway. Anybody want to say anything? Hello, I am deaf too. Oh, nice. Someone says, I always wish I can communicate with the packing boys at the grocery stores. Great. So now you're able to say something to them, think about your name, and ask them how they're doing. Hello, I'm deaf too. Yes. Great. So I have a deaf person online as well. So wonderful. So I hope to see you guys back next week. And so we'll just continue the series for the next three, today being the first week, for 4 weeks. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can, if there's any other question is, or if not, then I'll see you later. See you later. This type of see you later. I'll see you later. I'll see you later.